Here we have this two data set for this lab number 2. One is for 1990 to 2018. The other one is to 2005. Starting with step 1, we have to open this data from 1990 to 2005. There's this part here. This is our data set. Now following steps. So step 2 is asking to graph scatter plot. So here we have graph. Find the scatter plot. Is this one. So graph scatter plot. Now I'm going to follow all these steps. The first one is asking to, for X, select Y, select year, and for Y, we have emissions. So you do exactly the same thing that I have here. It's year, emissions. Scroll down. Not going to change anything on that part. Done. And here, graph properties. It's asking to have X axis and Y axis label and also title. Since our X is year, I'm going to have exactly the same thing, but based on what our data set is. So year 1990 to 2005. You have to type in these here, huh? You don't have what I have here on this, but I already typed in, that's why I was able to select. So type in that part. Now for Y, I'm going to use exactly what I have here. See, it's emissions, and that is in million metric tons. So I just copy and paste that part here. And then title, based on what we're trying to find, based on, so this data set is for emissions for 1990 to 2005. And then here it's asking to have your last name. Yeah, so your last name. I'm going to have this one. So it's emissions for 1990 to 2005, comma, my last name. After typed in all these, and now compute. This is a scatter plot for this data set. And next one, it's asking to copy all the information that we are going to have in StatCrunch, copy them into Word, or depends on what your device is. You may not use Word, but that's fine. Use anything, but at the end we have to convert to PDF. Better to have your name first, and this one is lab number 2. What is the title of lab number 2? Is regression. Just type in that part. Now back to StatCrunch. Here we have option copy. We have another one open, same as what we already had on that part. Now here, right click, copy. You can have, you can use Control C. Depends on what is your device. Control C, Control V to copy paste, or Command C, Command V if you have Mac. Or you can use just right click, copy, and here, right click, paste. Keep this one here. And let's see what is next step. Now, next one. Okay, we did all these steps here. We did all of them. So we did that part, we did this one. Now step 3. Again, it's 2005. But here we have to use a select, start, regression, simple linear. I'm going to close this part, but we have same data set. So start, regression, simple linear. Choose that one. Now following these. Here again, asking to have year for X and emissions for Y. Scroll down. Now it's asking to highlight fitted line plot with prediction interval, histogram of residuals, residual versus X values. And how we can highlight all these at the same time, we have to hold Control key and choose all these 4, or Command key if you have Mac. So the first one is fitted line plot. Hold Control key and then choose all these 3. So fit prediction, histogram of residual. Scroll down and choose the other one is residual versus X values. And that's it. And now you can leave Control or Command key. That's it. It's not asking to have X, Y, or title. Now, after highlighting these, we have to compute. Now compute. Okay, so this page is important. You're going to use this one to answer discussion part. Copy, paste into Word. Paste. So do not close this page because we have 4 pages. So the next one, again, option, copy, option, copy. This is fitted line, right click, copy, paste. Next one is histogram of residuals. So option, copy, right click, copy, paste. So Control C, Control V. And finally, residual versus year. So option, copy, so this part is done. We don't need this one. Close it. Close this 2005 and open 2018. So we computed, we copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. We did all these. Now, step 7, opening 2018. Again, here we should have scatter plot. So it's same as what we did on the first page for 2005 is graph. Just make sure that this is 2018, is not 2005. Graph, scatter plot. So exactly same thing here we have for X is year, Y is emissions, and scroll down. Again, we're going to have X, Y, label, and title, same as what I did for 2005. I only need to change from 2005 to 2018. So here, same thing as 1990 to 2018, but at the end, you should have your last name. So we did all these steps. So after this, we have to compute and copy paste into Word. So compute, we have this one. You have one question for this part and discussion part. So option, copy, copy, and paste here. You can resize these if you want to, say like that. And finally, here, I'm asking you to have question first, and then right after each question, type in your answers. So copy paste all these into Word. You have to answer these discussion part. If not, you're gonna have partial credit for this lab. So for example, step 2 is asking to find slope and y-intercept. You don't need to solve anything. We already have all these answers that I told you as from this part. See, we have everything on that page. It's asking to interpret slope, number 3, and number 4, use the line to predict. And then number 5 says that actual value is that number, so you have to compare and see if is there any error.